Alright, so now that we've added a new user to our site, let's go ahead to get a custom domain for the website. Alright, so all you have to do is navigate to the account section right here, and then once you get to the account section, on the far left or top left, of course, you can enter the domain name you want to use. Okay, at this point I believe you must have already purchased the domain name you want to use as your custom domain, right? So you can just enter it right here. So let me go to Namecheap and find the domain that I can use. I think, okay, let me use this. So I'm just going to copy this domain, superalphamail.com. So I'm just going to use that right here. So I'm going to paste it right here, and then I'm going to create a CNAME record and point the domain to dfyhero.com. So I'm just going to copy dfyhero.com right here and go back to my domain registrar. Okay, here's how to do it on Namecheap. Okay, I believe Namecheap is one of the best domain registrars out there, and I highly recommend it because I have most of my websites on there. Okay, so right now you can go over to your domain list and pick up any of the domain that you already have. If it's just one domain you have right inside of your Namecheap account, that is the only domain that you will see. So let me say I want to use this one now. I'll go over to manage the domain, and then once the manage domain page opens, I'll navigate to the advanced DNS. Okay, once I get to the advanced DNS, I will see the host records. Okay, this is where you will add the record, right? So I can come over here. I'll mind you, we're gonna delete all these records, but until you add a new one, you are not able to delete the existing one. That's the default records that come with your domain name. Okay, so I'm just gonna click on add a new record right here. So I will select a CNAME record, and then I will add the host as www, and then your target will be dfyhero.com. Okay, leave this as automatic and just hit this thick icon right here to save the changes. Okay, so I'm just gonna hit it right now, and then it will save the changes. Okay, and as soon as that happens, I will go ahead and delete all the records that were here by default. If you don't do that, it's not going to work. Okay, so I'm just going to delete this first one right here. I will delete it, and then the second one too, I'm going to delete that as well. Okay, so right now here is all we have left. Okay, so right inside your domain registrar, you can just create the CNAME record and then use your value as dfyhero.com. The TTL, you can leave it at automatic, and then you hit save. So once you're done, you would have it could take a few hours to get your domain propagated, but eventually your website will become what you have created. I mean, the domain name that you have just added. Okay, so you can just come over here and then set custom domain. So this action can make your site inaccessible if your DNS configuration was not properly set up. Please make sure your domain DNS configuration is pointing to the right IP address, and that enough time has passed for that change to propagate. So I would suggest that once you set this up, you should wait for like 24 to 48 hours before you can click OK. Okay, because this can completely destroy your website. I mean, make your website inaccessible. All right, so make sure that all the configuration, everything has been set up before you click OK, and then give it enough time, like I said earlier, 24 to 48 hours, and you should be good to go. All right, so I'm just going to cancel right now because I just added it on there. Okay, so I will cancel, but once you say okay, everything will be ready for you. Okay, all right, so that's how to add a domain, a custom domain to your website. So Once that is completed, your URL will become the domain name that you have just added instead of the subdomain that we have right here. Okay, so yeah, that's how to add a custom domain to your website. All right, I'll see you in the next video.